This video is going to have a look at what happens when you neutralise an acid or an alkali, what the products formed are and what the byproducts are. So there are three acids that you'll be expected to know for the exam. One of them is hydrochloric acid, one of them is nitric acid, and one of them is sulfuric acid. Now, an easy way to know what these contain is to have a look at the other naming of each of them. So hydrochloric acid has another name of hydrogen chloride, so it shows that it's made up of hydrogen and chlorine. Nitric acid is hydrogen nitrate, hydrogen, nitrogen, and this 8 at the end means oxygen. So hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. And sulfuric acid, another name for that is hydrogen sulfate, so hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. Now you can use these names to help you figure out the names of the products formed. So for example, if I had magnesium and hydrochloric acid reacting together, you might be expected to figure out what the name of the salt and the byproduct are. So the key thing is whenever a metal on its own and an acid react, you get a salt and you get hydrogen forming. So remember, that other name is hydrogen chloride. So what you do is you take the name of the metal, which is magnesium, and because it's a hydrochloric acid, you take the chloride part. So your salt is called magnesium chloride. This leaves you with hydrogen remaining. So that is your byproduct. That is why whenever you put a metal into an acid, you see gas given off. That gas is hydrogen. So there are three different examples here, and if you remember back, nitric acid is a nitrate, hydrochloric acid is a chloride, and sulfuric acid is a sulfate. So when it comes to naming them, first of all, take the name of your metal. Lithium. Nitric acid gives you a nitrate, so your salt is called lithium nitrate. The only thing you're left with is hydrogen. Same again here, magnesium. You take the name of the acid, so it becomes a chloride, so you have magnesium chloride, and hydrogen is the gas left over. Finally, sodium and sulfuric acid gives you sodium sulfate, and again, hydrogen is the byproduct. Now there are two other byproducts you need to know for the exam. For example, when you have a metal oxide and when you have a metal carbonate. So as I said, a metal on its own gives you hydrogen gas. An oxide, or hydroxide, think of that as water. It gives off water every time. And finally, a metal carbonate gives you carbon dioxide and water. So, it is just simply a case of having a look at what your starting reactants are and piecing it all together. So if we have this example here, which is an oxide, you take the name of your metal again and the acid to find your salt. So magnesium and hydrochloric acid again gives you magnesium chloride in both these situations. And then if it's an oxide or a hydroxide, it gives you water, not hydrogen this time. So hydroxides or oxides, you always get water formed. If it's a carbonate, again, name it exactly the same way. So potassium and nitric acid. Nitric acid is a nitrate, so you get potassium nitrate. And then the carbonate shows you have carbon dioxide and water. I'd like you to pause this video and have a go at these three questions. Okay, magnesium and nitric acid. The name of the salt you should have got. Nitric acid gives you a nitrate, so you should have got magnesium nitrate. It's a metal on its own, there's no hydroxide or carbonate next to it, so you get hydrogen. Here, lithium hydroxide, hydrochloric acid. Name the salt exactly the same way, so lithium, hydrochloric acid gives you a chloride, lithium chloride. Hydroxide, straight away you go to water. And then finally, sodium and sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is a sulfate, so you have sodium sulfate, and carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. If you're still having any trouble, come and see me and I'll go through it with you.